Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a little quick tutorial for doing hook grip. So you can either use hook grip for either of the Olympic lifts, so that's the snatch and the clean and jerk. You can use them for any variation of those, power clean, power snatch, whatever it might be. The reason that I use it personally is for deadlifts. It provides a more even stimulus left to right on your body with mixed grip, which is the only other real alternative that you have. The bar wants to kick out in front of you. Also, your calluses tend to start tearing really, really quickly with mixed grip, whereas if you hook grip, you have neither of these problems. Also, once you get the hook grip set up down, it tends to be a little stronger than mixed grip. So for all those reasons, I just decided to switch to it pretty early on. So as of recording this video, my best lift is a very easy 565 with hook grip on a power bar. I should mention you can use hook grip on power bars, weightlifting bars, or on deadlift bars. It will work on all three. Granted that you don't have tiny, tiny hands. So if you're a woman or just a guy with really small hands, this might not be in the cards for you. I will say that my hands are pretty average sized. I'm a pretty big guy. I'm about 6'1" and about 240 pounds. And you can see my hands are not that big, right? But I can still perform a hook grip with very, very good consistency. So with all that said, the biggest thing that you're gonna need to do to ensure that you have a consistent hook grip is using chalk. The biggest factor that always messed me up, my hands would be sweaty, or I wouldn't apply the chalk consistently between sets. So when you chalk your hands, right, you want to make sure you get the full hand, of course. You also want to make sure you get all the way around the thumb, including the thumbnail, which is pretty uncomfortable. It kind of feels like styrofoam sounds. But what that allows you to do is have no sweat that can be a lubricant for the movement, which will make the whole thing a lot more consistent. Now, how you actually perform the hook grip is that when most people grab the bar, or when everyone grabs the bar naturally, you go fingers and then thumb. Hook grip is just the idea that you go thumb and then fingers. Now, the key here is that when you do the hook grip, right, and you put your thumb across the bar, what you want is to get your first finger on behind your knuckle and then your second finger pretty much right next to your knuckle or like on your thumbnail. Okay, and what that'll do is it'll lock it in place almost the same way you have a deadlift strap, where the weight of the bar actually pushes your thumb and your fingers together, causing a shit ton of friction. Sounds pretty simple, right? Here's what people tend to mess up, right? So there are a lot of tutorials out there where people are talking about tilting your hands inward, turning them internally, moving them this way or that way. I think people are overcomplicating it, okay? The biggest thing that I've noticed that makes my hook grip work is that I have to make sure that this thumb pad right here, which does grow when you start doing hook grip, is out of the way. So I'll almost imagine this finger is the bar. I'll almost use the bar to push it out of the way and then do the hook grip from there. Okay, so you'll see when I put my hand here, I'm turning in very slightly, but that's mostly just to get the thumb pad out of the way, and then wrapping around in a hook like this. And right now, I'm not even holding onto the bar intentionally. It's literally just leverage. So some important notes for hook grip. You're only really gonna be able to do 1 or maybe 2 reps of hook grip consistently without losing the bar. Because what happens when you're deadlifting or when you're doing power cleans and snatches is that the weight hitting the ground is gonna shake your hand and make your hook grip technique significantly worse. So if you're gonna do multiple reps of hook grip in a row for any of those movements, I would recommend just letting go of the bar at the top, letting it come crashing to the ground with bumper plates, of course, don't break anything, and then resetting the hook from there. Personally, I do all of my rep sets on deadlift training with straps, because once you have the hook grip technique down, which doesn't take that long, you really only need a couple sets a week to practice the technique, and then you've got it from there. You will have to do a little bit of ancillary grip training. So personally, I do dead hangs a couple times a week and I do hanging leg raises. That's really all it takes. It's very much just a technical movement. Final disclaimer, the hook grip, the first few weeks that you do it is gonna hurt like fuck, all right? The first few sessions, this skin on your thumb is not calloused at all when you start, and the nerve endings in your thumb are very sensitive, and so it's gonna feel like shit. You're gonna feel like your hands are ripping off. You're fine, just give it time, give it about 2-3 weeks, and they will acclimatize, okay? The longest I've ever seen it take is about a month. You just have to have some mental strength to get there. You also don't have to go that heavy to get that effect. You can literally just load 135 or 225 on the bar And if you're doing hook grip properly, it'll strengthen the skin and desensitize the nerve endings so that you're not in pain anymore. Alright guys, thanks for watching. My next tutorial is going to be on the JM press. Check out my last couple tutorials on the RDL and the bent row for some more practical movements and not just a technique for grip. Cool, thanks guys, take care.